Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjanam Shalakaya Chaksurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Narayanam Gurum Vande Sharanyam Bhakta Bandhavam Gauramanovistam Purnam Radhadasyam Pradayakam Rupandugacharya Varyam Manjari Preshtakam Patita Pavana Karunyam Yugacharya Narayanam Vancha Kalpatarvyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Tuise Namaha Shama Sundara Shikanda Shekara Ismirahasar Murali Manohara Radhikara Sikamam Kripanide Swapriya Charana Kinkarim Kuru Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vrindai Tulasi Devi Ai Priyai Keshava Sacha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavatyai Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare. So first of all I begin offering my most humble obeisances to the dust of the lotus feet of Paramaradhatama Shri Guru Pada Padma Nitalila Pravishta Om Vishnu Pada Paramahamsa Paribrajaka Charya Shtotara Sata Srimad Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj Srila Gurudev. And to my most worshipable Shiksha and Sannyasa Guru Nitalila Pravishta Om Vishnu Pada Shtotara Sata Srimad Srila Bhakti Vijnana Bharati Goswami Maharaj. And to all Shri Rupanuga Gauriya Guru Varga, to all Tridandi Sannyasis, Brahmacharis, Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis, and to all the assembled devotees here today, my most respectful obeisances. So by the causeless mercy of Srila Gurudeva and all Mahabhagavatas Acharyas, we are able to assemble here one more time. Text number 7. In Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1-295, it is described how the devotee in Raga Marga is fixed in two kinds of service moods. One executed with his external body, sadhaka deha, and the other with his internally contemplated body, siddha deha. Seva sadhaka rupena siddha rupena chatrahi tadbhava lipsuna karja brajaloka anusarata. One who has intense longing to attain ragatmika bhakti follows in the footsteps of the Brajavasis, such as Rupa Goswami, who are devoted to Raga Marga. With his external body, Sadhaka Rupa, he should chant and hear according to the practice of Raganuga Bhakti. And with his internally contemplated body, Siddha Rupa, bestowed upon him by his Guru, he should perform service. So this is one of the most important verses to understand about Raganuga Bhakti. How can we know somebody is already in Ragamarg? Because he's in the stage of bhava. His spiritual form has already been revealed to him. But because still he is in this material world with the material body, he has to perform the activities of a normal sadhaka. Like just ordinary sadhaka, he has to do all the limbs of bhakti in the same way. He has to come for Mangalarti, he has to chant the rounds, he has to go on parikrama, everything he has to do. But internally, he is serving directly in the pastimes of Radha and Krishna with his spiritual body. Now the commentary of Srila Gurudeva Bhajana Rahasya Vritti. Raganuga Bhakti is performed in two ways, with the external body and with the internally contemplated body, that is suitable for carrying out the Prema Seva for which one aspires. With the external body, one should perform service like Shri Rupa, Shri Sanatana, and other eminent Brajavasis. With an intense desire to obtain one's cherished object, Shri Krishna who resides in Braj, and the sentiments of his beloved associates, one should execute service with the mind, following eternal residents of Braja, such as Radha, Lalita, Vishakha, and Rupa Manjari. So, because unqualified people are unable to understand the sadhaka's transcendental activities and gestures for their benefit, he practices the rules and regulations of Vaidhi Bhakti with his external body. If such unqualified people were to imitate the sadhaka's transcendental activities, their process of bhajan itself would become the cause of their entanglement in the material existence. In other words, Gurudev is saying about the sahajiyas. Sahajiya means to imitate. So when you imitate the behavior of the devotees in Raganuga Bhakti, then your own sadhana will become the cause of your fall down in Maya. Our previous acharyas personally followed rules and regulations just to instruct the ajatarati sadhakas, or those who are not in the platform of bhav, and also to enable them to enter into pure bhakti. So the meaning of Vidhi Marga is the practice of the 64 limbs of bhakti, beginning with Guru Padashray, means taking shelter at the lotus feet of a genuine spiritual master. By following Vidhi Marga in this way, and by the influence of associating with devotees who are practicing Raga Marga, intense longing for Raganuga Bhakti manifests in the heart, and one attains the qualification to enter in that path. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur confirms this in Kalyana Kalpataru. Vidhi Marga Ratna Jane Swadhinatta Ratna Dhane Raga Marge Karana Pravesh. So it means that we have to follow Vaidhi Bhakti, and that will help us to enter in Raganuga Bhakti. But of course, the type of Vaidhi Bhakti that we have to practice is not the pure Vaidhi Bhakti like in the Sampradayas of Ramanuja or Madhvacharya. It's different. So this is a special type of Vaidhi Bhakti which leads towards Raganuga Bhakti. So day and night one should serve Sri Radha Krishna Jugal in Braj, in one's spiritual body that has been revealed by the mercy of Sri Guru. So what Sri Guru does? Guru is the person who is in between you and Krishna. So Guru, because of his love, he can control Krishna. So if he says to Krishna, okay, I am bringing a new servant to you, and you please accept him, then Krishna is going to accept. So that devotee, he will become perfected. So this is what is called mercy of Guru. So then by Guru's request to Krishna, then the whole process of awakening bhav will take place by the influence of Ladini and Samvit Shakti in the heart of the devotee. Then this Siddhadeha is manifested. So the sadhaka, following Shri Krishna's beloved associates, whom he cherishes in his heart, and for whose service he has developed greed, lobha, should constantly serve the joyful divine couple with an enraptured heart. By following the mood of one of Krishna's associates, who is among his servants, friends, parents, or beloveds, and whose disposition corresponds to his own, the sadhaka attains affection for Shri Krishna's lotus feet. This affection is of the same nature as the affection of the associate whom he follows. This is the method of Raganuga Bhakti. Means the mood the sadhaka aspires to achieve must be the same mood of his Gurudev. Then his Guru can guide him to serve in the same way he does the divine couple. So we see the example of Shyamananda Prabhu, for example. He was associated with a Guru who was in a different rasa from that he is actually aspiring for. Therefore, he had to go to Vrindavan and then take shelter of Jiva Goswami Pad. That is in the same rasa. Smaranam, remembrance, is the primary limb of Raganuga Bhakti. In accordance with one's own internal mood, Smarana, Kirtana, and the other limbs of devotion should be performed in relation to Shri Krishna, his pastimes, his abode, his specific natures, and his beloved associates. Why Smarana is predominant in Raganuga Bhakti? Because the devotee is performing Manasa Seva, service with the mind. Therefore, this is Smarana. Because Smarana is predominant in Raganuga Bhakti, some persons who still have anarthas, and in whose heart genuine attachment to Krishna has not yet appeared, make a deceitful display of solitary bhajan. So considering themselves Raganuga devotees, they practice what they call Ashtakalya Lila Smarana. However, in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1 to 101 quotes from the Agama Shastra that everyone should follow Vaidhi Bhakti. So just to understand, when we have not entered yet Raganuga Bhakti, we are only performing Vaidhi Bhakti, the prominent limb is Kirtan. Means we have to chant Krishna's name, we have to describe Krishna's pastimes. It's all about speaking. The meditation happens only by the stimulus of the Kirtan. But once you have entered Ragamarga, then automatically by your spiritual body, you can remember all the pastimes of Krishna automatically in its original version, not more your imagination. So in this way, those who are not yet perfected in the practice, they should not try to do a solitary bhajan and remember the Ashtakalya Lila by force. So he should engage in Kirtan and other limbs of Bhakti following the rules of Vaidhi Bhakti always. Then the verse comes. Shruti smriti puranadi pancharatra vidim vida aikantik harir bhakti utpat eva kalpate. If a person violates the regulations mentioned in the Shruti, Smriti, Puranas and Narada Pancharatra, great misgivings are produced, even though he may be engaged in unalloyed devotion to Srihari. So the specific point to be understood in connection with Rasa is that upon hearing of the sweetness of Sringara Rasa and other transcendental sentiments of the eternal associates in Brajalila, a greed arises to obtain those same sentiments. At that point, a person is no longer dependent on the logic of the scriptures that explain Vaidhi Bhakti, and he inquires, how may this irresistible Brajabhava be obtained? So he must then depend on Shastra, because only Shastra describes the means by which he can attain it. So what is saying here is that, in the beginning, we should hear all types of pastimes of Krishna. We should expose ourselves to all types of leelas, all types of rasas, all types of associates, and gradually, naturally, some attraction to a specific mood will manifest. And then you will desire to only cultivate that type of pastimes. And then a greed will come in the heart that I only want to hear this type of pastimes, and I also want to serve there along with the associates of those pastimes. So now continue here. The scripture that establishes the method of Bhagavad Bhajan is Srimad Bhagavatam. There are 5 kinds of sadhana in Raganuga Bhakti. The first one is called Swabhishta Bhava Moy, means composed of one's cherished mood. When Shravana, Kirtana and other such limbs of Bhakti are saturated with one of the primary bhavas, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya or Madhurya, they nourish the tree of the sadhaka's future prema. At that time, they are called Bhavamoy Sadhana. When prema manifests, they are called Bhavamoy Sadhya. Second is Swabhishta Bhava Sambandhi, related to one's desired mood. The limbs of Bhakti, including Guru Padashray, Mantra Japa, Smarana, Dhyana, and so on, are known as Bhava Sambandhi Sadhana, because the following of vows on holy days, such as Ekadashi and Janmashtami, assist the limbs of Smarana. It is considered partial Bhava Sambandhi. Third is Swabhishta Bhava Anukul, favorable to one's desired mood. Wearing neck beads made of tulasi, applying tilak, adopting the outward signs of a Vaishnava, serving tulasi, performing parikrama, offering pranam and so forth are Bhava Anukul. The fourth, Swabhishta Bhava Aviruddha, neither opposed to nor incompatible with one's desired mood. Respecting cows, the banyan tree, the mirobalam tree, and the brahmanas are conducive limbs and therefore called Bhava Aviruddha. This is a type of neutral activities. It is also not favorable, because those who want to develop, for example, this Gopi Prem, Gopi Bhav, they don't need to worship cows and brahmanas and all these things and trees. There is no need for that. But if they do, there is no harm. And the fifth is Swabhishta Bhava Viruddha, opposed to one's desired mood. Nyasa, mental assignment of different parts of the body to various deities. Mudra, particular positions of intertwining the fingers, Dwaraka Dhyana, meditation on Krishna's pastimes in Dwaraka, and other such limbs should be abandoned in the performance of Raganuga Bhakti, because they are opposed to the attainment of one's cherished bhava. The Raga Marga Sadhakas always follows the Brajavasis. In other words, he follows Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatana Goswami, and Sri Raghunatha Das Goswami, and constantly practices the process of bhajan shown by them. A Raga Marga Sadhaka should always reside in Braj. If possible, he should reside there physically, otherwise by mind. Now, Gurudev is going to explain what is Siddha Rupena. By the mercy of the spiritual master, the sadhaka gains the Ekadasha Bhavas and the 5 Dashas. He then performs seva in meditation while being internally absorbed in these sentiments. That is to say, he remains absorbed in remembrance of Ashtakalya Lila. The Ekadasha Bhavas or the 11 Bhavas are: first, Sambandha, relationship; 2, Vayasa, age; 3rd, name, Nama; 4, Rupa, personal form; 5, Yuta or group; 6, Vesh or dress; 7, Agya, specific instruction; 8, Vas, residence; 9, Seva, exclusive service; 10, Parakashta Swasa, the utmost summit of divine sentiment, which is the aspirant's very life breath; and 11, Palyadasi Bhav, the sentiment of a maidservant. The 5 dashas are: first, Shravana Dasha, the stage of hearing; 2nd, Varana Dasha, the stage of acceptance; 3rd, Smarana Dasha, the stage of remembrance; 4th, Bhavapana Dasha, the stage of spiritual ecstasy; and 5th, Prema Sampati Dasha, the stage in which the highest success of prema is achieved. By the mercy of the Swarup Shakti, the sadhaka receives a spiritual body appropriate for the service to Shri Krishna. The Sanat Kumara Samhita 184-188 describes how a sadhaka in Madhurya Rasa is always absorbed in his internally contemplated body. Sadashiva said to Sri Narad, "O Narad, while you are amidst Krishna's beloved themselves, who look upon him as their paramour, contemplate your eternal nature, your Swarupa, in the transcendental land of Vrindavan in the following way. I am a young girl whose beautiful youthful form is full of happiness. I am skilled in many fine arts that please Krishna. I am an eternal maidservant of Sri Radha, Krishna's most beloved consort, and I am always joyful to arrange her meeting with him. Therefore, even if Krishna implores me for a private rendezvous, I will do anything to avoid that kind of meeting, because it would not be for Krishna's pleasure, but by my own. I am always ready to serve and attend to Krishna's beloved Srimati Radhika, and I have more affection for Srimati than I do for Krishna. Every day I am devoted to affectionately and carefully arranging meetings between Sri Radha and Sri Krishna. Remaining absorbed in the happiness of serving them, I will increase their bliss in that meeting." So this is how Lord Shiva is giving to Narad this mercy for his awakening his Siddhadeha. So this is how it happens, how Guru will reveal to us our Swarup. And by that, by Guru's words, automatically that becomes manifested. By the words of Guru, that was activated, that was sprouted, and he's going to experience that. So in this way, attentively contemplating one's Swarupa, one should impeccably perform Manasi Seva in the transcendental land of Vrindavan from Brahma Muhurta until midnight. What does it mean? It means that the devotee will sleep maybe 2 or 3 hours at night. But if you try to do that, imitating them, your health is going to finish, because you cannot sleep only 2-3 hours a day. You can only survive this type of routine if you are spiritually empowered. The word Siddharupena in this text 7 is defined by Jiva Goswami as follows: Antas chinchitta abhishta tat sevopayogi deha. The internally contemplated body that is suitable for carrying out one's desired service. One should thus be engaged in service according to one's mood and with a body suitable for serving Shri Krishna. So one should serve with absorption in the ocean of sentiments of Krishna's beloved associates in Braja who fulfill his innermost desires. Sri Gurudev, the desired tree of the devotees, makes the Siddhadeha appear within the heart of his dear disciple and thereafter acquaints him with this Siddhadeha. So Guru will describe to the devotee, what is that Siddhadeha? But here we have to understand one thing. It's not that the Guru is giving something which is coming from outside. That body is already there. Guru is just helping that to manifest. But the Guru is not creating that body. That should be understood. So, having full faith in Guru's words, the sadhaka performs bhajan with nishtha. And by the mercy of the Ladini Shakti, he fully realizes his ultimate state of being. The sadhaka then completely identifies himself with his Siddhadeha, and in this perfected form, he intently engages in the service of his most cherished Shri Krishna, the skillful enjoyer of pastimes, Lila Vilasi. Text number 8. Sriman Mahaprabhu, in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 1:211, has described the public behavior of Ragamarga Bhaktas with the following words. Para vyasanini nari vyagrapi griha karmasu tam evaswadayatyantar navasangara sayanam. When a woman is attached to a man other than her husband, she continues to carry out her many household duties, but within her heart she relishes the new pleasure of her meeting with her paramour. Similarly, a devotee may be engaged in activities within this world, but he always relishes the ras of Krishna that he has tasted in the association of devotees. So this is like that. The comparison is as if while living in the material world, we have this marriage with Maya. We have made a contract of marriage with Maya. And that is manifested through the relation with our own body. But as soon as we develop our spiritual body, our relation will be totally attracted to that spiritual body, not more to the material body. So the type of pleasure that the spiritual body can give, it's incomparable to the limited pleasure that the material body can give. The material body has so many limitations, but the spiritual body, it is completely free from all limitations. So just like the relation with the husband, formal husband, is bound by so many rules, the relation with the paramour is free from all rules. So now the commentary of Srila Gurudeva, Bhajana Rahasya Vritti. In this verse, by using a mundane example, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains both the internal and external behavior of the Raga Marga Sadhaka. A woman who is attached to her paramour very competently performs her house duties, but her mind and heart are with her lover. She remembers their laughing and loving exchanges, and she relishes the happiness of their recent meeting. Similarly, the Raga Marga Sadhaka always tastes the pleasure of serving the Supreme Lord within his heart, even though he seems to be occupied with his various duties. The opinion of the Acharyas is that externally one should serve with the physical body, and internally one should remember Krishna's form, qualities, pastimes, associates, and so forth. Srila Narottam Das Thakur sings, Grihe Vavanete Thake Hagouranga Bole Dake Narottam Mage Tarasanga. Whether a person lives in his home as a householder or in the forest as a renunciant, if he exclaims, O Gauranga, Narottam Das begs for his association. Of course, it's not any person who can exclaim Ha Gauranga that is worthy of association. Here, he is saying that, of course, that devotee who is saying Ha Gauranga, he must be at least in Raga Marga. Because then this is Sadhu Sangha, of course. Because this devotee must be entering Bhava at least. So that devotee, he could be a renunciant or he could be also a householder, doesn't matter. If in his heart has awakened the love, the spontaneous love, Raganuga Bhakti for Radha Krishna and Mahaprabhu, then we should always associate with that person. Now text 9. When a devotee engages in Raga Marga Bhajan at this stage, he has affection for the places that are dear to Shri Krishna, and he longs to stay in those places. This is described in the following verse from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1-156. Kadaham yamuna tire namani tava krittayam udspaha pundarikaksha rachayisyami tandavam. O lotus-eyed Krishna, when upon the banks of the Yamuna will I chant your holy names and dance like a madman, my eyes brimming with tears of love. Now, Bhajana Rahasya Vritti, the commentary of Srila Gurudev. According to Srila Jiva Goswami, this is an example of Lala Samayi Vigyapti, made by a Jatarati Bhakta, that is, a devotee in whom Bhav has appeared. Lala Samayi Vigyapti is a prayer in which such a devotee prays to attain the desired seva. Samprartanatmika Vigyapti is a prayer by a sadhaka in whom Rati has not yet awakened. Such a prayer is also full of longing, lalasa, but bhava is absent. This text 9 is a prayer by a devotee on the path of Raganuga. So we can have one more example about the prayer who is in the mood of Sampratanaatmika, is that Sri Gandharva Sampratanaashtakam written by Srila Rupa Goswami Pad. Prayers to Srimati Radhika, but in the mood which has not yet awakened bhav. The name Pundarikaksha, lotus-eyed, here excites the devotee's heart with pastimes related to that name. Shri Krishna's eyes have become reddish like a lotus due to sporting with the Brajagopis at night in a vine-covered bower situated in a secluded grove on the bank of the Yamuna. Blossoming with joy in the company of the Sakhis, I will describe Shri Krishna's beauty. So this is the mood that manifests. Or another mood is, after arranging the union of Shri Krishna with my beloved Sakhi, I will dance in a festival of bliss. Being satisfied, my Swamini will bless me. Or another meaning is, when Srimati Radhika becomes victorious in a water sports in the Yamuna, I will dance like a mad woman, horripilating and shivering with tears welling in my eyes. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he sings, Yamuna salila ahara negiya bhujibo jugala rasa prema mugda hoye pagolini pray gaibo radhara jasha. When I go to draw water from the Yamuna, I shall understand the confidential mellows of the divine couple's loving affairs. Being overwhelmed with prema, I shall sing Shri Radha's glories just like a mad woman. So in this way, the topic of this text is how to have attachment for the pastime places of Radha and Krishna. So here Gurudev gave example of the Yamuna. So the devotees, they have so many service to do around the Yamuna because Krishna is always there doing pastimes with Radha. Now text number 10. Apart from devotees who desire to love Krishna, everyone else's hearts are impure and stone-like due to offenses. According to Srimad Bhagavatam 2.3.24, the emotions exhibited by such people are artificial. So the verse says, Tadashma saram hridayam batedam yad grihya manir harinama deyai ya vikriye tatha yada vikaro nitre jalam gatra ruheshu harshaha. When a sadhaka performs Harinam Sankirtan, the hairs of his body stand on end, and tears of joy begin to flow from his eyes. But the heart of one in whom such Sattvika Bhava transformations do not arise is actually not a heart, but a hard thunderbolt. Now the commentary of Srila Gurudeva Bhajana Rahasya Vritti. If someone has been chanting the holy name for a long time, but his heart is not melting, it is certain that he is a Nama Aparadi. The holy name is omnipotent, Sarva Shaktiman, but no immediate result takes place in a stone-like heart. Criticizing sadhus or committing other such offenses obstructs the desired transformation of the heart. If the obstruction is ordinary, the utterance of the holy name manifests as a semblance of the name, Namabhasa. If the obstruction is deep, however, then it manifests as a Namaparada. In other words, By offenses committed at the lotus feet of a great personality, Mahapurush, one's heart becomes hard like iron, and it will not melt, even if one performs Shravana, Kirtan, and so on. The external symptoms of a heart that is melted by Harinam are tears, horripilation, and so forth. However, such symptoms are also seen in one whose heart is full of distress. Srila Rupa Goswami says that occasionally tears, horripilation, etc. are observed in those whose hearts are naturally devious. Externally, such people appear to be soft-hearted, but internally their hearts are actually hard stone. These symptoms can also be observed in those who believe they can acquire sattvic bhavas by determined practice, even without sattva abhasa, the semblance of sattvic bhavas. Such emotions are never connected to bhakti. One will definitely observe the 9 symptoms of bhava, such as forbearance and not wasting time, in a fortunate person whose heart has been transformed by the appearance of pure Harinam on his tongue, which is always engaged in service. So what Gurudev is saying here is very important, is that we should not only look in the external symptoms of tears, shivering, and other things as a result of bhav. We should see the other also symptoms of bhav, just like forbearance. Avyarta kalatva means not wasting a single time, always engaged in bhakti, always chanting. So these actually are the primary symptoms that we should check if someone has awakened bhava or not. So in this way, Gurudev is saying, one should therefore understand that extraordinary forbearance and exceptional attachment to chanting the holy name are symptoms of a transformed heart. If an ordinary person, a so-called Vaishnava who is actually envious, chants the holy name, means chanting Namaparad, for a long time, his heart will not melt. He cannot perceive the sweetness of the holy name due to the offenses in his heart. The 9 symptoms of bhava, beginning with kshanti, may appear to be observed in a person whose heart is disturbed by aparad. But his heart is actually hard like stone, and he is worthy of reproach. So now what Gurudev is saying is that even all the other symptoms which are important, like having taste for Harinam and all these things, it also may be seen in a devotee who is still chanting Namaparad and has not manifested bhav yet. So in this way, Gurudev is saying, however, if that person associates with devotees, he will gradually pass through anartha nivritti and come to nishta ruchi and progress to the upper stages. Then, at the suitable time, the offenses hardening his heart will be removed and his heart may melt. By receiving the mercy of Vaishnavas and pure Nishkinchana Mahabhagavata Guru and practicing spiritual life under their guidance, one will become free from the influence of aparadas and anarthas. Finally, he will become fixed in Brajabhav, which is filled with ras, and he will attain the supreme goal, prema. So the most difficult moment is the anartha nivritti stage, in which we think that it will never end. It's like endless torture, of ups and downs. But we should not give up. And day after day, we should continue chant. And then one day, definitely, this stage will be overcome. Then our heart can melt. At that time, you feel how is your heart melting. Now text 11. In Shri Krishna Karanamrita 107, it is said that when attachment for the holy names arises, the youthful form of Krishna easily manifests. So, Bhuvamangala Thakur, he is saying, Oh Bhagavan, if someone has steady devotion unto your lotus feet, he easily perceives your most charming divine youthful form. Thereafter, liberation stands before him with folded hands. And Dharma, Artha and Kama also wait for an opportunity to serve him. Now the commentary of Srila Gurudeva Bhajana Rahasya Vritti. The pure name manifests in a person's heart when he chants with pure devotees. At that stage, bhakti, that is symptomized by prema, manifests in his heart as visions of pastimes, lila spurtis. When this prema bhakti becomes steadfast, Shri Krishna's transcendental youthful form automatically appears in the heart. Although Mukti Devi is neglected by the devotee, she personally prays with folded hands for the devotee to accept her service. Dharma, Artha, and Kama also wait for the opportunity to beg the devotee for service. So the personified Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha, they all will come and with folded hands in front of the devotee, and you ask the devotees, please use me, please accept me. But the devotees say, no, thank you, I don't need your service. The Jatarati Bhakta inclined towards Madhurya Ras is greatly allured by the divine adolescent form of Shri Krishna, whose topmost pastimes of amorous love are displayed at this age. In Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 8, 189 says, Ratri dine kunja krida kore radha sange, kaishora vayasa safala koila krida range. Day and night, Shri Krishna enjoys the company of Shri Radha in the kunjas of Vrindavan. Thus, his adolescence is made successful through his pastimes with her. The amorous arts, which employ a host of clever stratagems, manifest in their full sweetness during adolescence, Kaishor. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu states, Shri Krishna embarrasses Shri Radha by revealing to the Sakis his skill and arrogance during the previous night's amorous pastimes, and showing them how he expertly painted wonderful Kalimakari on her breasts. Kalimakari means the female makara, which is a type of a very big fish in the ocean, which is considered to have sensual influence in the people. In this way, Shri Krishna sports in the kunjas, making his youth successful. Panchakapatarvya kripa sindhuveva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo Haribo.